Hello, boys and girls. Thank you for joining me today for Stories with Miss Debbie. We are still reading Hank the Cowdog and Monkey Business. The dogs had ran in the house to hide from the monkey, and Hank got caught in the bathroom with a mad, naked woman. So now we're going to see what happens in Chapter 10. Democracy in Action on the Ranch. Within seconds, I had made a pass through the house and had taken cover in the darkness beneath Sally Mae's bed. It was a tight squeeze, but I managed it. In the darkness, I listened to the rumble of battle. Sally Mae had wrung a full confession out of little Alfred, and he had been thrashed for it. Justice had been served. Now get your clothes on, Alfred, and I have a dental appointment in 40 minutes. And find that dog and throw him out. Throw me out? I had news for little Alfred. There was no way he was going to haul me from under this bed and throw me outside with that monkey. I had made a new discovery about monkeys, don't you see? I don't like them at all. I had those thoughts on my mind when I heard a voice. Hi, Hank. Did you get in trouble with Sally Mae? It was Drover's voice, and it was very near. My eyes probed the darkness and saw only darkness. Are you under this bed? Yeah, are you? Of course I am, and for a very good reason. I was being flogged by a naked woman with a wet towel. What's your excuse? Well, it sounded like things were getting hot in the bathroom, and you thought you'd take the chicken's way out and hide under the bed, right? Well, and so you left one of your former friends to be mauled in a locked bathroom. I don't suppose it ever occurred to you to stick around and help, did it? Well, yeah, it did occur to me, but I thought it was a pretty bad idea. This will go on your record, Drover, and believe me, it will not be unpunished. Oh, drat. But anyway, we're safe from that crazy monkey. I knew he'd end up causing trouble. Yes, and so did I, Drover. I hope you've learned a lesson from all of this. I guess I have. Never trust a monkey in a red hat? Exactly. And furthermore, suddenly I heard footsteps on the floor. Small feet wearing shoes. Little Alfred was looking for us. We froze, hardly daring to breathe or move a muscle. The footsteps came into the bedroom and moved about. They stopped beside the bed. I held my breath and waited. The boy's eyes appeared beneath the dust ruffle. They seemed to be upside down. But yes, of course they were, since he had tilted his head. I thought we were goners, but before he looked straight at me, but apparently it was too dark under there for him to see us. The eyes disappeared. The footsteps moved into the living room, and little Alfred said, Mom, I can't find the doggies. Sally Mae was crashing around in the other end of the house. Well, we don't have time to look. We've got to leave right this minute. If those dogs make a mess, She didn't finish her sentence, but she didn't need to. I had already made a mental note. While in her house, we would make no messes. When she came back home, we would be lying on the rug beside the back door, minding our own business and guarding her house against robbers and fiends. No messes, not even one. She would be so proud of us. I heard the back door slam. The car started and went roaring up the hill in front of the house, and then silence. I inched my way out from under the bed. All right, Drover, you can come out now. The coast is clear. How can you have a coast without an ocean? What? He sneezed. I said it sure is dusty under there. Tears up my sinuses. Are you saying that Sally Mae doesn't clean under her beds? Are you suggesting that she isn't a good housekeeper? Get to the point, Drover. He sneezed again. I don't do the point, but my nose is all stopped up. Well, let me remind you that a stopped-up nose is a small price to pay for being safe inside the house, away from that monkey. I thought you two were friends. Me? Friends with a monkey? Drover, I never trusted that little whelp. Not for a minute. He sniffed his nose. This with all that had stuffed about you being the great potentate. I glared at the runt. Great grand potentate. I don't know what you're talking about. You must have been dreaming. Doe, I wasn't dreaming. You said you were the grade grid potentate, and the Bucky was your captain of the guards. Rubbish. Come on, let's make a pass through the house and check things out. We're in charge now. I crept out of the bedroom, peeked out the door, and looked around in all directions, and started into the living room to give it a security sweep. Drover was behind me, walking on tiptoes and checking things out with his big moon eyes. Hank, can Bucky's open doors and come into houses? I stopped. What? He repeated the question, translated into common, non-sinus language. It meant, Hank, can monkeys open doors and come into houses? It was your typical dumb Drover type question. Don't be ridiculous. We're safe inside the house, and I wish you'd stop asking silly questions. What's the answer? The answer, which is obvious to everyone but you, is no. Monkeys cannot now or never have been able to open doors and come into houses. How do you know? I know because it's the law, Drover, and if it's not, it should be and will be. We will live under a system of laws, not monkeys. No monkey is above the law, and no law is below a monkey. He ran his eyes around the room. Maybe so, but Hank, I'm feeling a little scared myself. I don't ever want to see that Bucky again. Nor do I, but that's not my point. Drover, the law is here to protect us, to give us feelings of security, right? And laws are made by mature, responsible individuals, right? Hensley, you will put the democratic system to work and we'll pass a law against monkeys. Well, I'll be darned. I never would have thought of that. I gave him a fatherly smile, which is only one of the many reasons why you're not head of ranch security. Come on, let's get this thing signed into law and then we can relax. I'll give you a little lesson in government. We went into the living room, and I hopped up in that big rocking chair over by the east window just below the hanging plant, and I told Drover to sit on the floor in front of me. I cleared my throat and struck a dignified pose. The chair will now entertain a motion from the floor. Drover gave me a blank stare. You mean that chair's going to dance on the floor? No, that is not what I mean. Well, you said entertain, and I just thought... Are you trying to make a mockery of our system of government? To hold a proper election, we must have a chair that recognizes a motion from the floor. I never heard of a chair that could recognize anything. Forget about the chair, Drover. It's just legal terminology. Now you make a motion from the floor. What are you doing? Making a motion? Giving me a blank stare. He had stood up and walked in a circle and asked me, how's that? I guess I don't know what I'm doing. No, incorrect. Absolutely wrong. A motion from the floor, Drover, is whatever it is that we're going to vote on. Oh, well, I'll vote for that. Not yet. We still don't have a motion, you brick. Well, how much emotion do you want? Sometimes. Oh, well, I managed to hold my temper. Drover, listen to me. Don't think, just say your part. I don't know my part. Hush and listen. When the chair calls for a motion, you will say, the floor moves that monkeys cannot possibly open doors to enter houses. That's all there is to it. Are you ready? I guess. All right. The floor is open to motions. I waited and got nothing from Drover. Well, is that chair really going to talk to me? No, I am the chair and you are the floor. This is crazy. Just say your lines, Drover. Okay, let's see. The floor is moving around and monkeys can't come into the house. That's close enough. That's close enough. The floor has made a motion and the chair will second it. All in favor say aye. We both said aye. Motion is carried by unanimous vote of all present. Congratulations, Drover. We have taken self-government to the dogs. Sure looks that way to me. And as a result of this solemn action, and all at once my right ear shot up and I cut my eyes to the side. Did you hear something? Yes. Describe the sound. Door opening and door closing. Suddenly, I noticed a certain dryness of mouth. It must be the wind, Drover. Of course it was the wind. What else could it be? It appeared that Drover's eyes had begun to cross. The monkey? Impossible. There are laws against that. And then we heard the voice, Duggies! Where are you, Duggies? Pasha comes for you. Huh? Okay, monkey is in the house, guys. We're going to go ahead and read part of chapter 11, and then tomorrow we'll finish 11 and do 12. But we're going to do part of 11 today. Pasha breaks the law and all other things. Drover, it occurs to me that the dunce had fainted. I mean, flat out on the floor. That I am dreaming. I squeeze my eyes shut. This is only a dream. I don't believe in monkeys, and what's happening here is against the law and therefore impossible. I repeat, this is only a dream. With that out of the way, I opened my... And there he stood. Red hat, red jacket, big grin on his face, evil wickedness in his eyes, crooking his finger at me, telling me to... No way I was going. Holy smokes, I was trapped. I tried to dive under the couch. Nope. I ran around in the circle, but found that I was just going in circles. I barked, squeaked, actually. Sometimes dreams can be more real than moisture on my leg. Not just moisture, wetness, water. I knocked over, or shall we say, the antique lamp on the end of the table fell over and crashed to the floor. I took dead aim for the underside of Sally Mae's bed, but didn't quite make it. He grabbed me by the ears and shook my head so hard it turned my eyeballs around backwards. Then he said, I am Pasha of Shazam, and you are my slave. You're a monkey's uncle, and lum, 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 lum. He got me by the tongue. See, do not call me a monkey. I am not monkey. I am Pasha. Lum, lum, lum. You have taught Pasha good trick. Seize tongue of dog and pull hard. Good trick. Yes, Pasha like trick. Whum. Drover let out a groan. Oh my gosh, I just had a terrible dream. I was locked in the house with a monkey. Pasha released my tongue and swaggered over to little Drover and booted him in the tail section. Do not say monkey. Get up and be slave for Pasha. Oh my gosh, it's him. I thought it was a... Hank, what are we going to do? Get up and be a slave for Pasha. What do you think? You mean... I mean, we've been captured by the Pasha of Shazam. But I thought we voted... You better do what he says, Drover, before you get your tongue yanked out by the roots. Pasha glanced at me and grinned. Very good. You understand, Pasha. The smile slipped into a snarl, and he raised one hairy little finger in the air. Now you listen to Pasha. Pasha is hungry. Want food very much. Yeah, well, if you'll open up that back door, Pasha, we'll run up to the machine shed and get you some dog food. Great stuff. Co-op, you'll really like it. He shook his head. Pasha not eat dog food, you fool. Pasha want Pasha food. Yes, I see, Pasha food. In that case, I suggest you open up the refrigerator and check it out. What meaning is refrigerator? Pasha not know refrigerator. Here, follow me. I headed for the kitchen, passing by Drover. I whispered, play along with him. I've got a plan. Oh, good. Shh. I marched into the kitchen and stood in front of the refrigerator. Here you are, your worthy worship. Pasha's eyes lit up. I like that. Your worthy worship is very good, yes? Nothing but the best for our Pasha of Shazam. Now with your hands you can open that door. That's right, just grab the handle and pull. He pulled and the door swung open. My eyes darted over the contents until I found what I hoped would be there. I pointed toward 2 amber bottles near the bottom. My plan was beginning to unfold. You see, while the monkey was holding my tongue, I had remembered a song as a pup. The monkey, he got drunk and jumped on the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed and fell on his knees, and what became of the monk, monk? You get the picture. Pretty clever, huh? Sometimes I even scare myself. The monkey Pasha, that is, reached a hairy little hand into the icebox and pulled out one of the bottles. He shook it and put it to his ear, rolled it around in his hands, and tried to take a bite of it. Not good. Pasha not like these. Too hard to chew. No, no, your majesty. You don't eat it. You twist off the lid and drink it in one big gulp. Pasha grumbled around for a minute. Then he twisted the lid. It fizzed and spewed in his face. He didn't like that. What is this thing that spits in Pasha's face? I chuckled. That's soda pop, Pasha. You'll love it. Just gulp it down and you'll be a happiest monkey. Oops. He came over to me and he didn't look too happy. You said monkey. Pasha is not monkey. Pasha is Pasha. Yes, well, hush my mouth. I never should have. Stick out your tongue. Well, old stupid me had said the wrong word, and now I was going to get another tongue twisting. But that was okay, because my plan was working to perfection. I opened my mouth, stuck out my tongue, and prepared myself. Huh? I was definitely surprised when the monkey stuck the bottle in my mouth and turned it up. I thought he was going to. Sure was fizzy and foamy, and I can't say I liked the taste of it very much, but I either had to swallow it or drowned. I swallowed and then did some serious burping. The monkey pitched the empty bottle over his shoulder and gave me a smile. Now, if this is poison, you will die, and Pasha will watch. Okay, I'm going to stop there for today, and we'll find out how that beer... I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. We'll see how that beer affects Hank and what Pasha thinks of it and how they're going to get out of this mess. So come back and join me tomorrow. Bye.